So I haven't done a video of the quail or the rabbits in a few days, and I thought I would do one of those for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is check for my eggs. There for a while we weren't getting anything, and then I started getting one, and now I'm usually getting 2 a day. I see one back there behind them. There may be one in the nest here, or in the little box. I'll check that in just a second. And then I'm also going to be emptying the rabbit cages, the pans at the bottom. Let's see how these guys are doing. There's Miss Foo-Foo. She's flipped her water bottle over here. I actually tried to breed these guys a couple of days ago. She wasn't real receptive. I did get one fall off, but I'm not sure that it amounted to anything. But after the fall off, the next day, I put Mr. Prince in there with her, and she was really mean to him, and he wanted out of there ASAP. So I'm hoping that maybe she did take, but I am going to try that again in a few days, or I may try it later today and see what happens. But all I'm going to do today is take these pans out. If I can grab hold of it here. Well, if I can get one of them, I'll show you. They're going out the back way. Let me push one forward. Come back here and push that forward for me. Alright. So, I'm just going to take these pans and dump them into my wheelbarrow over there. You can see they're pretty full. I put the pine chips down in there just to absorb some of the waste, to try to make them not as nasty, but you can see the back of that pan still is pretty nasty, so definitely gonna have to put the phone down for this. And I have a huge issue with this water bottle leaking like crazy, so I gotta figure out something with that. So we're gonna take care of that issue. And then let's see if we got more than one egg today. So you can see the one back there in the corner where everybody's at. And that looks to be the only egg, unless there's one hiding somewhere, but that looks to be the only egg today. And it is a little bit earlier than I normally come out, so there may be one a little later, and Jeff will check before he comes in to see if we got another egg. So, alright, I'll come back after this is all done and show you the finished project. So we got the rabbit trays cleaned out. You can see they look a lot nicer. All I did was put some of those fine pine chips in there. Just slid it back in. Gave her a little bit of hay, but she's not real happy with me right now. I put Prince back in with her, and she tried to kill him. So I guess the one fall off that I got the other day, that's a button on guard. I guess the fall off that I got the other day may have bred her, or she's just downright not gonna do it. But anyway, Prince is not real happy because he got his butt kicked. And she's not real happy because I put Prince in there with her. So we're going to leave them alone. The weather's a little bit better today. Sorry, just saw that pretty rooster there. The weather's a little bit better. There's no rain for the first time in about a week. And it's in the 40s. It's still really cold. I mean, I've got gloves on out here. So I'm going to leave their tarps up. And all I did was fold them up, set a rock on top to keep them from blowing around or blowing off the cage. That way they can get some fresh air in there and just let them chill. They got food, hay, and water, so they're all good. And then Jeff actually came out here when I was talking a minute ago, and he pointed out that I actually have 3 eggs in there, not just one. So I'll show you where they're at. Scooch in there. All right. So if you move the nest box, there's one. And then back in that corner, if I can get the ladies to move. Come on. That's my rooster with the band. There's actually 2 back there. So I got 3 eggs today, which is the first time in weeks that I've gotten that many eggs. And I don't know if this is helping or not, but what I've done, there's just a lot of powder left in there, so I'm just going to kind of put it in there. But what I've done is I took their food. You can see they're still going to. I took their regular food, which is a, pull it up here so you can see it. It is a starter and grower feed. It's a 20% starter and grower, and it's the crumbles, which is what the lady that I got them from told me to feed birds at this age, because they're laying. But I took that food and I mixed in some of the game bird starter that I'm feeding the ones that hatched in the house. They're in the house in a brooder. But the ones that hatched in there, I'm giving them the 30% game bird starter. So I thought I'd try this, and it seems to be working. So I mixed in the game bird starter with their regular crumbles. So that's a 30% and a 20% in there. Get another water real quick. There's a little bit of ice in there. But anyway, I mixed those together, and then you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's some mealworms in there as well. And even the dusty part that I poured out that you wouldn't think they were going to eat, you can see them in there going at it. And there you can see there are little mealworms in there. So maybe that helped with production on eggs, and I really hope so, because we got a lead on somebody wanting to buy quail eggs actually. So I hatched 21 out of 24 eggs, which was remarkable. I've never hatched that many in my life. And I'm going to stop the video here and turn this around. Okay, so I thought I'd try just standing here and talking to you guys for a minute. We don't have all the fancy equipment yet. We're still getting started trying to grow our viewers. So I'm using my quail coop as a holder for my phone. And you can see it's pretty cold out here. That's why my nose is running. But anyway, we were lucky enough, or blessed, I guess you would say, to hatch 21 out of 24 quail eggs. That's the best hatch rate I've ever had out of any bird that I've tried to hatch. And I've hatched chickens and guineas. So these were my first quail. And I was so worried about the humidity, I didn't think that anything would actually hatch, because I could not keep it where it needed to be no matter what I tried. But luckily we hatched the 21, so I decided to sell about half of those. So I sold 12, and then I have a line of people wanting to be on my waiting list for more. And then I actually talked to a guy today who wants hatching eggs, because he has feeder contracts for quail and rabbits. So he would like to get 120 eggs a week, which there's no way I can meet that right now. I only have 3 hens laying, but told him I would definitely keep his contact information. So we set up some contacts this weekend, sold some quail, got some people on the waiting list. So hopefully it's going to generate a little extra farm income. And then Jeff just walked up. Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
He is going to start converting this top part here. So we had just left this part open. And then we were hoping that the quail would use the stairs, but they will never come up top. So I guess we weren't really thinking about it. They're ground dwelling birds, so they don't want to come up to the top. There's their ladder. So what we're going to do is he's going to take another panel off of our rabbit cages and make a flooring for this part. And then we're going to have this side. Right now I'm using it for storage, as you can see, but we're going to have this side for the birds as well. So I'm hoping to put about 6 at the bottom and 6 at the top. So the ones that are in the brooder will be ready to move out here hopefully next weekend, just depending on the weather. So he's going to go ahead and work on this today so that we can double up on the size of this. And then there's plans being made to make 2 more of these. So we'll keep you up to date on that and see how it goes. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions or anything you'd like to see on our farm. We'd be glad to show you and talk about it. This is my first time with quail, so I don't know a lot about it yet, but I've been reading, talking to other people who raise them, and get as much information as I can and as much knowledge as I can. So be glad to share anything that I've learned, and I'd be glad to learn anything from you guys if you have any tips, comments, or concerns. All right, I will talk to you tomorrow.